manage the operating system to make more intelligent and informed decisions about where to place the information on the performance core or the efficiency core. And it's done automatically, dynamically, so nothing that the user has to do. They just get the benefit of the computer basically sharing out tasks to make it the most efficient, but what comes out of it is excellent performance and experience for the customer.
Okay, got it. So it's all behind the scenes, nothing that we need to worry about. We just use our computer just like we normally do, whether it's one task at a time, several tasks, and the processor will better understand what to do and how to allocate all of the math work going on behind the scenes, if you will. So it's faster speeds, I get that, but who would you think this would be most important to? We've talked earlier about gamers, and would it also be like content creators? You know, like those who, like YouTubers and TikTokers who want to edit their videos and things like that?
Yeah, that's actually a perfect, so gamers obviously number one, you know, like there's also an extreme tuning utility that we have that allows them to overclock all these new elements we'll talk about later, but content creators this is a huge win for content creators. We've seen a massive performance speed bump due to these P and E cores, right, with DDR5 resulting in like 36% faster photo editing, 32% video editing, 37% faster 3D modeling, and up to 100% faster multi-frame rendering. So it's really a game changer for folks that are doing content creation, sort of like yourself, right? If you can imagine the speed bumps that you'll get in trying to complete your work is amazing. But really, Mark, you know, anyone that uses a lot of programs at the same time will benefit. You know, if we look at what programs you have maybe running on your laptop now, I have Outlook, I have Teams, I have Word, PowerPoint, we're on a Zoom call, I have a page open on one of our retail partners, and that's not unusual. Like, it sounds like a lot, but probably most people, when they're working, have that many things running in the background and are using concurrently. So 12th Gen really supports those types of users. So it can be anyone that does a lot of multitasking.
And you shared some numbers just now, ways of quantifying the performance update compared to, I'm assuming, maybe last year's generation of processors. But what about putting 12th Gen Intel Core chips up against other competitors? Are there some numbers that Intel is sharing in their benchmarking and their testing?
You know what, typically we really focus on sharing what we do better against ourselves. So when we look at 12th Gen in general, it's about a 19% bump over our 11th Gen, which was already a significant improvement over our 10th Gen. We really like to focus on the fact that we're managed to increase performance this much in our next generation.
We are chatting with Lisa McManus, an account executive at Intel. We're learning all about the new 12th Gen Intel Core processors that were unveiled. It was earlier in November, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I watched that Intel Innovation event streaming over the internet. That was awesome. So let's talk about some other benefits, Lisa, to this new family of 12th Gen Intel Core processors. I understand faster Wi-Fi. What about better graphics? You know, like how smooth things are rendered. I think you hinted at that earlier.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of news. Like, actually, honestly, there's a lot of firsts with this one. So we're the first processor offering DDR5 memory and PCIe 5.0, which allows for higher bandwidth, faster data transfer, the lower power consumption, which sort of aligns with greater graphics performance, right? 2 times faster content creation. We're even able to claim the world's best gaming processor with our Core i9-12900K. This is 16 cores, 8 performance and 8 efficiency, and 12 threads, which can reach up to 5.2 gigahertz. What that means is, you know, 20%, for example, more frames per second on some AAA game titles, which talks to that graphics experience is amazing, right, with this speed. Killer Wi-Fi 6E allows for 75% less latency when gaming and multitasking. So that really is a gain. Graphics performance is improved because of all these elements of the new CPU. We know that overall our performance and efficiency cores enable up to 85% more frames per second when gaming, streaming, and recording. So there's huge jumps here that we're really proud of, and I think a lot of firsts, so a lot of folks are going to be very excited about this. And as you said, both graphically and speed-wise, right?
All right, Lisa, before we wrap up, how do we know there is a 12th Gen Intel processor inside of it, that little badge that we've seen before?
That's a great question, Mark. So after the family number, so an i5 or an i7 or an i9, the first 2 digits after that will be the generation. So for example, we talk about an i9-12900K. That's how you differentiate.
Okay. Will we find these new processors with all the big computer brands out there?
Okay, come.